Test. All right, we'll get started here in 1 minute. Get going. All right, Sabina, right here, please. And then Addie, I'm gonna put you right here. Virginia back here, and then Riley, you're right there. So, Mr. Daniel, then Mr. Giles, Mr. Hammer, and then, yeah, Mrs. Lee and Mr. Captious. Mr. Hammer right up front. All right, get it. Face the flags. Cookie de Keumgang. Turn to face your parents, please. Get it. 부모님께 경례. And face me, please. Get it. 사부님께 경례. All right, let's warm up a little bit. Hands in the hips. Turn and hold your neck to the left side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Chin down into the chest this time. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And this time from here, left hand on your hip, right hand straight up. Bend to your left side and hold. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up to the other side. Same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And it's time. Rotate the hips in a circle, big circles. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other way. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Good. This time from here, you're going to bring the knee up, out, and down in a circular motion. Ready? 하나, 둘. Bring it up and back and down. 셋, 넷, 셋, 셋. Here we go. Try to keep the knee up as high as you can as you do this. 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right, let's switch legs. Other leg, same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And relax. All right, this time from here, you're going to go up on your toes. All right, heels up and down. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. Try to get up as high as you can. 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And down. All right, spread your feet 2 shoulder widths apart. Keep your feet pointed straight ahead. Angle your body to the right and try and touch your head to your knee. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, other side. Same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And good. All right, go ahead and sit down. Legs open up as wide as you can. From here, I want you to reach out and grab your toes with both hands and kind of lean forward. All right, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And good. Bring those feet together, legs straight out in front. Grab your toes and pull them back towards you. Try to lift your heels up off the ground. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And relax. This time from here, curl your toes down toward the ground. Reach on the outside, try and grab your heels and pull your head down towards your knees. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And all right, good. Go ahead and stand up, turn around and fix your toe box, please. Check out the legs a little bit. Thank you. All right, so from here, 준비. Let's go back. Fighting sense and key up. All right, from here, what I want you to do is I want you to pick up your right foot or your back foot so that the ball of the foot is touching the ground. All right. This is that tippy toe position from here. From this position here, we're not going to move forward. We're just going to kick in place. You're just going to bring the knee up. Keep the foot in the exact position that it's at right now. Lift, extend, retract, and bring it back. Okay? Go ahead and practice. Ready, go. Try to keep that foot in the exact same position. That's the key. We want to hit with the ball of the foot. Try to extend that knee all the way out. pull it back in and bring it all the way back. You don't need to kick high at all. You don't need to kick strong, just the motion. Knee up, kick, knee bend down. So it's important as you bring your knee up, you want your heel back by your butt. So from here, as you bring your knee up, keep the heel back as far as you can. As the knee comes up, extend it out, pull it back in and bring it down. When you pull it back, keep your knee in the same level, whatever level that's at. Okay. Obviously, the more limber you are, the higher you're going to be able to kick. All right. Don't feel bad. All right. Don't feel bad, Geritol group over here. All right. You guys are okay. I put all the youngsters on this side so you don't have to see them. There you go. Good. Okay, so the motion should be getting a little bit easier. Foot position's probably still there. So now try to bring the knee up a little bit higher and just flip the kick a little bit higher like you normally would kick. No pause or anything. Just bring the knee up high, extend it out. Your toes are straightening out when you're kicking. Try to keep those toes pulled back. Yeah, like that. Really bent like that. Yeah, that's the position you want. You too. You got to pull your toes back. No, you're kicking with your toes right now. You got to kick like this. All right, that's why we're doing this, Virginia. That's why my heel is up like this. Okay. If I do this and my heel's only up a little bit, then you're going to kick with your toes. Nope. You curled your toes like this. Don't do that. Has to be like this. You see my foot? Has to be like this. Heel up, toes on the ground. When I lift my leg, my foot doesn't move. You see, my foot doesn't move. The only thing that moves is my knee. Okay. All right, switch legs. Let's try the other side. Same thing. Left side needs love too. A little hitch in your giddy up, sir. You got a little hitch in your giddy up. There you go. Try to extend it all the way out, Mr. Hammer. Not bad, sir. Not bad, sir. 피벗 해도 돼요. 피벗 하면요, 저기 더 올려가요. 피벗 안 하면요, 저게. Oh, good. Come on, Virginia. Mom can do it. Okay, that side's a little bit better. Of course, left leg is better for you than right leg. So you're going to have to practice right leg a lot. Because right leg needs to look like left leg. Because if only one side's good on Poomsae, guess what? No good. You got to be good on both sides. There you go. So Mrs. Lee asked about pivoting. If you want to kick high, you want to pivot on a front kick. You want to pivot 90 degrees. When you pivot, the knee should come a little bit higher because it opens up your hip socket. In essence, it's if you do a side split, the front leg imitates a front kick, the rear leg imitates a side kick. And so how low you can go on a side split, in theory, you should be able to kick just as high. So on the ground, you're out certain length. If I were to tilt you up and you're standing on the leg, you should be able to kick that high. In theory, of course, gravity Gravity comes into play, tight muscles come into play, right? All the things, all the negative thoughts like I can't do this come into play, right? So, but the potential is there. Whatever you can do in the side split, that's how high you should be able to theoretically kick. And for most of you guys, I think you guys can get low enough where your front kick should be face level. All right. Now for you two overachievers, or you three and overachievers over here, should be kicking above your head, front kick. Yeah. Good. Much better, much better. Good. Remember, we're trying to hit with the ball of our foot. That's that little section right below the big toe. All right, that's what we're using to make contact with. So, good. All right, switch your feet. Let's do some roundhouse kicks, same way. So you're gonna pivot, you're gonna bend your knee to the side, and then you're gonna kick with that ball of the foot again, right? So roundhouse kick in essence is just a turning front kick. The foot position and how you extend the kick is the same. The only difference is, right, the knee turns to the side, but the extension and retraction are the same as a front kick. Okay? Ball of the foot. Go ahead and try that. Start low and gradually get it up higher as you get more used to the movement. This one's hard because you want to make sure that you keep your knee up as you retract. The timing is important too. You have to pivot and extend out with the ball of the foot. Good. So you want to pivot at least 90 degrees, at least halfway. If you can get to 120 degrees, even better. 180 degrees, that's the best position. 180-degree pivot is the best. That's ideal. Okay? But it all has to occur at the same time. You lift, you pivot, you kick. And then you have to retract. Keep that knee there, and then place it down softly. All right. You should be able to place your foot wherever you need to put it if you have good technique. If your balance is good, don't hold your breath. Exhale out as you kick. All right. Don't hold your breath. Exhale out. All right. Kicking key up, that'll help you exhale, or just concentrate on your breathing just when you kick. So on these kicks where you pivot, you're not going to re-pivot when you pull the heel back. When you re-chamber your kick, you're not going to re-pivot. So if you pivot and you turn on roundhouse kick, you're not going to try to come back to re-pivoting. You're going to stay pivoted, just going to pull your heel back and keep the knee right there. Okay? This is important for Poomsae when you do your Poomsae. Because if you don't do this, if you try to re-pivot back, you're going to lose your balance, and you're going to have a hard time being able to place your foot where it needs to be for your stance. All right, what's the Poomsae that has the roundhouse kick? Take a Keumgang. Take a Keumgang, yeah, that is correct. All right. Yes. Yeah, it's my yucky Poomsae. Exactly. All right, switch legs. Let's do the other side. All right. See how you're losing your balance? You lose your balance, all right? You can't place your foot where it needs to be. Okay, which two Poomsaes do we not have a front kick? Keumgang, if you're second degree, yes. Keumgang is one of them. What's the other one? Keumgang Erchang. Keumgang Erchang. Erchang, yes. Yeah. Yes. All right. All other Poomsaes actually have a front kick, at least one. That's why front kick is important for Poomsae purposes. It's a good kick to kick a door down. But you're not going to do it kicking with your toes. Door will win. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we're practicing ball of the foot. All right, come on, chill, relax. All right, get some water real quick. All right. If the foot positioning is hard for you, then practice walking on your tiptoes, right? Wearing mom or dad's high heels, sisters' high heels. Borrow your friend's high heels and walk around in them. You have what I used to do, like overly extend, like sometimes it looks like this. So you gotta make sure. Yeah.
So I'm not curling my two small toes underneath.
Right.
I try to kick the back. So like, I used to break boards like that. I never got them, but I was always probably fearful of it. So maybe that's, I might just bend them weirdly. You did the same thing though?
Until my pinky toe got caught.
Oh.
Dislocated my pinky toe because of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's tape it up.
Pull it back in and it hurts. Yeah. Chopsticks. All right, so from here, front row, go ahead and take a step back. All right, let's do some Poomsae real quick. So Taeguk Irchang, we're gonna skip. All right, so from here, remember, I want you to remember two things. Front kick, you want to pivot, and you want to make sure you're kicking with the ball of the foot, trying to kick as high as you can. All right, and the second thing is every block that you do, you want to make sure that you're not only concentrating on the block itself, but the pull. So if it's a single-handed block, right, as you extend down the low part, if you're doing a low block, you want to make sure you're pulling with the other hand with just as much force. Okay. Don't just do this and just kind of soft with the other hand. Both hands strong. Okay. So front kicks and two-handed single blocks. The pulling hand should be just as strong as the blocking hand. It's like inner blocks, right? You'll pull in and come around. Pull, pull. Okay, instead of just the turn. High blocks, pull, pull. Knife hand blocks, pull, pull. Okay. All right. So take a air chunk, please, in your own count. She took. Oh, Mr. Hammer, take a air chunk, sir. Mr. Daniel, what does take a Gerchung mean? Heaven and light. What belt is take a Gerchung for? Yellow belt. What's yellow belt philosophy? Enthusiasm. Photo. Step forward back to your jumping position. All right, let's move on. Take a Ijang this time. Same thing. Concentrate on the pulls and the front kicks. All right, she choke. Pull. See it? Pull. 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 You're not pull. You're not pulling. Pull. You have to pull. Oh, you should be right back where you started. Mrs. Lee, what does Tegek Ijang mean? Lake and joyfulness. What belt? Senior yellow belt. Senior yellow belt philosophy. Ani, yellow belt. That's yellow belt. Senior yellow belt. Not fighting. Goal setting. Goal setting. All right. This time from here. Take a Samjang. Okay, she jump. Pulls. Don't forget your pulls. Photo. All right, Mr. Giles, what does take a Samjang mean? No, that's a senior green belt philosophy. Fire and sun, fire and sun. What belt is Taeguk Samjang for? And green belt philosophy. It's not perseverance. 2 words. SC. Self-control. Self-control. All right, ready. Let's move on. Taeguk Sajang, please, in your own count. Sajang. Chijuk. Pull on those punches. Pull on those forearm blocks. Pull on those inner blocks. Front kicks, pivot. Pull on those back fists, and inner blocks. Should be right back where you started. All right, Mr. Captious, what does Taeguk Sajang mean? Thunder. What belt? Senior green. What? What's senior green belt philosophy? Perseverance. Good. All right. All right, take a Ojang now. Ojang, please. Ready? Shichuk. Once again, pull on those knife hands. Pull on those low blocks. Pull on those inner blocks. Pull on those back fists. Retract those front kicks. Oh my goodness, you are off. That's a huge mistake. Hello. Okay, Mr. Hammer, what does Taeguk Ojang mean? Wind is correct. What belt? Blue belt. What's blue belt philosophy? Confidence. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right, this time, Taeguk Yukjang, Yukjang in your own count. Yukjang, ready? Chichuk. Make sure you're pivoting on your roundhouse kicks. Pull on those blocks. Step back to Chumbi. Should be right back where you started. All right, Miss Sabina, what does Taeguk Yukjang mean? Water. What belt? Senior blue belt. What's senior blue belt philosophy? Respect. All right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Taeguk Chirchang this time in your own count. Chirchang, ready? Shichuk. All right, Miss Virginia, what does Taeguk Chirchang mean? Does not mean water. Yukjang means water. What does Taeguk Chirchang mean? No. Chirchang means mountain. What belt? Red belt. What's red belt philosophy? Responsibility is correct. All right. Okay, ready. Take a Paichang in your own count. Paichang. Shijuk. Remember, 8 seconds on your uppercut motions. Work on those pulls when you punch. When you do your side palms. When you do your inner blocks. Hono! Miss Riley, what does take a paichang mean? I'm sorry? No, not thunder. Means earth. All right. What belt? Senior red. What's senior red belt philosophy? Oh my goodness. Leadership. 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 All right, Miss Riley, you're going to work on paichang one more time. Everyone else, koryo this time. Junbi, koryo. Ready, 시작. Once again, pull, pull. High, low. Oh my goodness. Wrong foot, wrong hand, Miss Addie. Hello, Miss Addison. Sabina, Miss Sabina is on Poomsae team. Miss Addison, what does koryo mean? Short definition. Korea. What belt? What black belt? First degree black belt. Good. What's first degree black belt? Philosophy. Motivation. Good job. All right. Sabina, I'm going to have you and Miss Riley work together on some self-defense real quick. Mr. Hammer, I'm going to scoot you over here. Okay, first degrees. We're going to do koryo one more time. Gentlemen, you can scoot over a little bit. Okay, Keumgang for second degrees. Junbi. Ready, 시작. koryo. Nope, the other side. Remember your crane stance or your Keumgang block is 8 seconds. 앞차기요. Side kick. Mm-hmm. Once again, that pull motion, same thing, pull. High, low. Palm up, palm down, palm up, palm down, and palm down. Hello. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Show, relax. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it's named after a mountain, Keumgang, Mount Keumgang. So the shape of it, you got the long piece that comes to the center, and then you got a small piece, so it looks like a mountain peak. Yeah, a mountain peak. Yeah. Self-discovery.
I got them on one sheet now. I typed them up on one sheet so I could just test myself.
Just put them on
Cards.
cards.
Yeah. I told Jen that too. I asked her if she had some. She didn't have any, so I had to get some.
Natalie has a ton.
Yeah, they were good.
Oh, no. So keep that left foot there, sir. Move your right foot behind. Step kick. And then one. Other hand. Yes. So we got about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna let you work on Poomsae to kind of finish it out. All right. You guys can keep working on the self-defense if you want, or if you want to work on Poomsae.
When I do some movements, I can feel pain right on the side right there. So I don't know if I strain.
You probably did, and you're probably pivoting wrong too. I bet you now, because that's usually because you're pivoting a lot with the heel instead of the ball of the foot.
Did my messed up toes have anything to do with
It could possibly.
it? I noticed when we did that drill,
Uh-huh.
exercise mostly, but I go to kick, my toes, these four kind of don't move. This foot, you know, I can-
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, part of it is, you know, you just have to kind of work through it a little bit, you know, just these kind of exercises will help with it. Just getting used to it. Obviously your big toe is fine. It's the other ones.
Yeah,
So it's just a lot of practice there. Because what happens a lot of times, you know, when you're like that, then you turn on the entire foot. Yep. And so that's a lot of friction. That's a lot of torque on the knee, on the hip. When you, especially like when you do spin kicks and things like that.
which is crazy because Joy yells at me for still walking all the time. I don't know.
Well, I think what happens though is, you know what? Like when you sit back or you go into a stance, you sit back. So all your weight's going to the heel. Yeah.
I know even when I run, I try to run with balls.
It's better, yeah. Yeah, but I bet you're feeling the pain because you're getting a lot of friction, a lot of torque because either the heel or you're pivoting, you're not getting up on your toes. So the entire bottom of your foot, ton of friction, right? The reason why we want to go up on the ball of our foot is because we minimize the surface area for the friction. That's the main reason why. So, you know, yeah, so that's why the front kick is so important because it factors into your ability to pivot as well. Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Yeah. So I would imagine, and I say, if you start to feel it a little bit more consistently, then what I would recommend is to kind of rest it a little bit by just stepping out. That way you don't have to do a full pivot. So instead of having to do a pivot from here to here, let's say, when you step out, you're already, it's like adding a tiny step, basically, 1, 2. And that's fine too. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you want to, yeah, the hook kick, people don't pivot enough on the hook kick, right? They always start here. And then it's just wrenching, right? It's a side kick, right? It's initial side kick. So it's here, this motion. Yeah. Yep. That's a common problem. Especially, you know, it usually happens with the older people who started later. It's like with the kids, they learn and, you know, they can work around it. If you get a late start, as late as you started doing this, a lot of adults get that because they're not used to pivoting. So it's hard to get the balance and stay up, you know, it's hard to stay up on the ball of your foot. So a lot of times you start here, but then you know, you kind of fall to here, the heel. So, oh yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, really? Got it. Yeah, without the wrap in. The wrap. Yeah, it's just twist. 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yeah, straight. 1, 1, 2. Yep. Yeah, just kind of allow the shoulder to kind of dictate. No. Yeah. No, 1. Oh yeah, the balance with the eyes closed. Try to do eyes closed and balance. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. Don't wrap it on the inside. You're getting ready to wrap. Yep. Yeah, so here, 2. Instead of in. Yep. Correct. 아니야. 앞으로 돌려서요. You gotta turn forward, sir.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And then 앞차기. No, you forgot to pull it back. And then remember, left foot there, pivot on your right, move your right foot. Put your knife hand this way. Punch, step kick. And then strike. Yep, pull back, low block, step forward, downward palm, step, elbow. Yep, same thing. Block, punch. Why not? Yeah. Did you do it correctly? Because you ended up with this hand last time I saw you. You should be ending with right hand. So go back here. Correct? No. This one comes outside in. Palm up, palm down. And then again, palm up, palm down, and then your arc hand. You might want to work that just a little bit. Okay, 2 more minutes and we'll finish up. Work on your front kicks. Foot position, very important. Next tournament's in October, so there's 2, maybe 3 in October. So any questions, sir? You're good.
When the black belts do tournaments, do they pick the Poomsae or is it?
It depends. If you're going to do a traditional tournament, then you'll do choreo. If you do sport Poomsae, you're gonna have to learn. So sport Poomsae is what Sabina does, what Natalie does, what Isaiah does, what Virginia does. Sport Poomsae is a set of 8 forms. So that's your bank. And then they select which ones you're gonna do in which rounds. Well, you'll eventually know, yes. But you practice just the 8. For you, you're going to be learning 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th degree black belt. Actually, you'll learn 8th as well, because you are 52, 51, 50. You guys the same? Okay. So then, so we are considered master 1. So that would be through Chungkwan, which is 7th. So Koryo, actually no, you'll have to learn Hansu as well. So Koryo to Hansu. So 1st through 8th. So yeah. That's if you go sport Poomsae. If you want to just go traditional route, there's nothing wrong with that. You can just do traditional and you can just focus on Koryo. Koryo or 1 below. So you can do Koryo or Paichang. He's gonna be younger, so he's 40. Yeah, so he's gonna be he would technically be in a lower division. Now in local tournaments, they'll merge you guys together. You guys will be competing against each other. Because usually at the more local tournaments, you know, you don't have too many of the older people that compete. Occasionally you do, but obviously there's more older people that compete at black belt level than at any other belt level. But yeah, you kind of want to think about that. It's like, okay, sport Poomsae is a lot more challenging because of the fact that you have the 8 that you have to be really, really good at, and you get scored, and you know, and so that's the 10-point scoring goes down. So it's a lot of, you know, if you can score like a 6-point something on a form, you're doing really well. All right. Chances are it's going to be more like 4s and 3s, you know, which is a little bit humbling, you know, so it would be a lot of detail. That's the one thing that sport Poomsae, it's very detail oriented. Yeah. The chambers are important, the ending position, because like I say, if you do a low block in this manner here, right, that's out of the positioning. Theoretically, your low block should mimic whatever your front leg is doing. So if I'm in a walking stance, my low block and my leg should be 2 parallel lines. If I'm in a forward stance, it should mimic the top part of my thigh. So, you know, from here, this kind of a low block or this kind of a low block doesn't look good. If it's here where it kind of matches that position, it looks aesthetically better. But you also have to have the timing down. So it's a lot of, you don't want to be here and then do this. You want to be able to, as you land in the stance, boom, finish at the exact same time. All right. And see, right now you're just going straight down. So all you're doing is just elbow bend. So there's no power behind your technique. Now, if I tell you to rotate your wrist and snap, see how much stronger that feels, right? And then if you add the pull as you do that, now you're increasing more speed, which creates more power. And then, but that has to all occur at the exact same time, landing in the right stance. Yep. Yep. It's going to be extremely, it's this. So if you want to challenge your mind, then yeah, sport Poomsae is the way to go. If you just want to just kind of experience competing without a lot of stress, just worried about one form and only one form, then traditional is probably the better way to go. Oh, absolutely. You're going to learn more. So, you know, I mean, with the black belt classes, we're going to do the ITF forms. I'm going to teach you guys all the ITF forms and stuff. Because then that way, like when we go to AAU, you can do an ITF form. AAU does ITF, they do Tang Sudo, they do WT. So they have separate divisions for those.
Yeah, I like to challenge myself. So you said, hey, you want to 15 miles or 100 miles?
I know.
I'll be like,
yeah.
oh, I'll do the 100.
Yeah.
Like that edition is like,
yeah, of course, but it's a lot of mental work. Question is, could you handle it? You know, because it's a lot of just repetition on the details. Like you think you know, you think you know Koryo until I break you down, and you know, it's like breaking your spirit. It's like, oh, I thought I knew this and I really don't. And so
Actually, for you, I do have a question. So when you come out,
both hands are palm down. No, so so here, when you kick, oh yeah, you always want to chamber. You always want to re-chamber, yes. Just don't chamber like this, where you just kind of bend your knee. You want to bend, pull it back. So where I start my kick here, right? I start here and then I kick, I want to bring it back to here. See, what a lot of people don't understand on a side kick is that they chamber. When they chamber, they go too much. They bring it way back to here. When we talk about chamber is, where does your kick start? At what point does your kick start? My kick should start here when I do a side kick. So when I kick, I want to bring it back to that spot. I don't want to bring it back to here. Okay, so that's the same like front kick. People chamber front kick, right? They go here, here, but then when they pull it back, they do this. So they go like this and then do this. That's incorrect. And it's hard. It's very difficult. You got to be able to get the extension all the way out, back, and get that knee back into that position where it starts. So, oh yeah, of course. Yep. Yeah. So, but like I said, just a lot to think about. So, yep. No, absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, good. All right. Well, that's good for tonight. We're going to just informally end. Have a great evening, everyone. You can stick around if you like and talk and practice some more. All right. I'm not leaving, so you need to practice, ask questions. You can do that as well. Okay. If you want to stay all night, you can too. I don't care.